Long ago, in the heart of the great Ashanti kingdom, there lived a nobleman named Kwame Ofori. He was a wealthy man, blessed with vast lands, many herds, and a beautiful family. He had 3 children. The eldest, Kwaku, was strong and wise. The second, Abena, was kind and resourceful, and the youngest, Kojo, was charming and clever. Of the 3, Kwame Ofori loved Kojo the most. Perhaps it was because he was the youngest, or perhaps it was because he reminded him of his youth. Whatever the reason, Kwame showed Kojo favor at every turn. Kojo ate the finest meals while his siblings made do with simpler food. When new clothes were brought from the market, Kojo's garments were always the finest. When the children made mistakes, Kwaku and Abena were punished severely, but Kojo was always excused. The villagers whispered among themselves, "It is not wise to sow the seeds of jealousy among one's own children," the elders warned. But Kwame Ofori did not listen. As the years passed, resentment grew between the siblings. Kwaku, once a loving older brother, began to see Kojo as an enemy. Abena, who had always been gentle and nurturing, withdrew from Kojo, feeling unappreciated and unloved. Kojo, for his part, grew arrogant and selfish, believing himself to be superior to his siblings. One day, the great king of the Ashanti summoned the bravest young men in the kingdom for a challenge. A sacred golden drum, an ancient relic of their ancestors, had been stolen by bandits who lurked deep in the forest of spirits. The king declared that whoever retrieved the drum would be richly rewarded and honored throughout the land. Kwaku, eager to prove his strength, and Kojo, confident in his father's love and favor, both set out on the journey. Abena, though a woman, followed behind, determined to protect her brothers in any way she could. The journey was treacherous. The trio faced wild beasts, raging rivers, and eerie voices whispering through the trees. At every challenge, Kwaku used his strength and wisdom, Abena her kindness and wit, and Kojo relied on his charm. But as they ventured deeper, Kojo, unused to hardship, began to falter. He was accustomed to having everything handed to him, and when faced with real danger, he was helpless. One fateful night, they reached the bandits' hideout. Kwaku devised a plan to sneak in and take back the golden drum. Abena distracted the guards, her gentle voice and cunning words weaving a spell of deception. Kwaku moved with the strength and silence of a lion, retrieving the sacred drum. But Kojo, wanting all the glory for himself, grew impatient. He rushed forward, knocking over a clay pot and alerting the bandits. A fierce battle erupted. Kwaku fought bravely, shielding his siblings. Abena used her knowledge of the forest to find an escape route. But Kojo, untrained in battle, cowered behind them. They barely made it out alive, the sacred drum in their grasp. Yet as they stood at the kingdom's gates, Kojo, fearing that his father would be disappointed in him, declared, "I was the one who stole back the drum. I led the battle, and I saved my siblings." The people cheered, and Kwame Ofori, beaming with pride, embraced Kojo. But Kwaku and Abena looked at their brother in disbelief, hurt by his betrayal. The king, wise and discerning, saw the pain in their eyes and asked, "Is this the truth?" Kwaku, weary from years of being overlooked, turned away. Abena, her heart heavy, simply bowed her head. Seeing their silence as confirmation, the king announced that Kojo would receive the grand reward, a position of honor among the warriors of the kingdom. But fate had a way of setting things right. Kojo, untrained and arrogant, failed in his new role. Without his siblings' strength and wisdom, he made poor decisions. Warriors under his command perished in battle due to his recklessness. The people lost faith in him, and even his father, Kwame Ofori, saw his mistake too late. As for Kwaku and Abena, they left their father's household, seeking their own path. Kwaku became a respected leader in another village, and Abena a wise healer known throughout the land. Kojo, abandoned by all, lived the rest of his days in shame, a reminder of the curse of favoritism. When Kwame Ofori grew old, he sat alone in his grand home, haunted by regret. He had given all his love to one child, not realizing that love, when unevenly divided, breeds resentment, weakness, and sorrow. And so, the elders of the Ashanti kingdom told this story for generations, reminding parents to love all their children equally. For the strength of a family lies in its unity, not in favoritism. And so let this tale be a lesson to all who hear it. A family divided by favoritism is like a tree with a rotten root. Sooner or later, it will fall.